Bueno, muy buenas tardes para todos y todas. Les damos un saludo muy especial desde UNAD Kids. Estamos muy felices de que estén ustedes aquí con nosotros. Tenemos muchos amigos que se van sumando lentamente a esta invitación de hoy tan bonita. Por acá está Miguel Ángel con su cámara abierta. Hola Miguel, está Milena, tenemos a Daisy, a Sebastián. Bienvenidos todos. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. We are so happy to have all of you in this meeting, and we are so anxious. Okay, so Maite is coming. We have a lot of people coming today. That's pretty good. Hello, Milena. How are you? We have 10 people in the room. That's pretty good. That's awesome. All right. Let me check. Teacher Richard, are you here? Are you here, by the way?
Yes, I am.
You were hired. Okay, very good. So I'm gonna give I'm gonna block the waiting room. So we are not gonna have the beep all the time, okay? So my dear friends, welcome to this nice activity. I don't know if you saw the poster that we prepared for all of you. I don't know if you had the opportunity to check it. It was a very beautiful and amazing poster. So let me share the poster again, because today I have a guest who is my friend, one of my best friends, and he has a very nice activity for you. And we are gonna talk about a person that I really admire a lot. I don't know, my dear Richard, if you admire our character a lot or not. Yes or not, sweetie?
Yes, I admire her a lot.
Okay, so my friends, look at this. So we are gonna talk about Frida Kahlo. Do you know Frida Kahlo, guys? Do you know who Frida Kahlo is? Not at all? No? Do you know who Frida Kahlo is? Okay, so that's why we have my friend Richard today with me. Okay, Richard, would you like to start? Yes.
Hello, guys. Hello, good morning. Not good morning, good afternoon. This is Richard. Hello. Okay, I'm ready. Are you ready to start? We are going to mention that we have a beautiful character, and you can see their hair on the drawing is that woman Frida Kahlo. Okay, guys, so welcome everybody. My name is Richard. I'm a tour guide, and I like to visit different places around the world, and I like to speak about culture, art, and I'm really happy to be here with you guys because it is a pleasure when I have the opportunity to share my time with kids, as you guys, boys and girls. So welcome to this virtual tour. So I'm going to start. The character today is Frida Kahlo. So I wanna share my screen. Just give me a second, guys, because I wanna share my screen with you guys. We're going to talk about this person, this interesting person. But first of all, I want to show you some or give you some information about this person and the place where she was born. Okay, uh, just let me start with sharing my screen with you guys. Just a second. I'm gonna share my screen or this screen here. Okay, so hope you have my screen on your screen. Okay, so probably what you have there on your screen is like a map or like a place full of houses. I'm gonna go a little bit farther. Just a second. Let me go there. Okay. I want to start um, with this country, talking about the country where she was born. Okay. Uh, Frida Kahlo was born in which country? Do you know which country? She was born in Mexico. Okay. She was born in Mexico. And you know, Mexico is a very interesting country that is located in Latin America. But let me show you more about that. Just a second. Let me go and show you the earth and the location of this country. We go there. Just a second. This is taking time. Okay. Look at this. This is the earth. Okay. Now look, here we have Colombia, our country. This is Colombia here. Hope you have my screen on your screen. And this is Colombia. Here is where we live. Okay, because I think that all of us live in Colombia. Okay, guys. So here is Colombia. But if we go and we go to the north, we discover another part of the continent, which is Central America. Look at this. Here we have Central America, and there we have the United States, and here in this area we have Canada. Okay, and let me tell you that Mexico is a country located in Central America. Okay, so Frida Kahlo was born in Mexico. Mexico, located in Central America. Okay, now the place where she was born, and I want to show you that. It was like a small town near Mexico, or the district, the federal district. Okay, it is a small town like when we speak about Chia, Soacha, um, Madrid, Mosquera, maybe you know those places, okay? So I want to show you that place now, okay? Because we want to start talking about, first of all, about Mexico, which is a very interesting country, and then we want to speak about the place where she was born, and the name of that place is Coyoacan. That is like a strange name for us, correct? Coyoacan, Mexico. And Mexico is a place full of culture and places for visiting. For example, like this place. These are some archaeologists discovering um, um, an ancient culture. They are discovering some people who live in this place. But I want to show you something. I want to go to Coyoacan. Just a second, guys. Just give me a second. We're going to
Okay,
discover.
can you understand what teacher is saying? What teacher Richard is saying? ¿Si estamos entendiendo, chicos? ¿Si están pilosos poniéndole mucho cuidado? ¿Quién me regala un resumen chiquito de lo que el profe ha dicho? A ver, ustedes que son súper participativos y súper divinos. A ver, ¿quién dice yo entendí esto, esto? Hello, my friends. I'm waiting for your answers. A ver, chicos, un voluntario. A ver, te escuchamos, dale.
Que ella vive en México
Sí.
y explicó pues dónde quedaba y dónde estamos nosotros ubicados.
Súper, Isa, gracias. ¿Alguien más quiere decirnos algo? A ver, yo sé
Y
que ustedes entendieron algo.
pasó mayor parte de su infancia y adultez en la Casa Azul, que ahora es un museo.
Super, Mafe. Thank you very much. Sebastián, go ahead. Tell us something else. Cuéntanos otra cosita, Sebastián.
Ella vive en México y tiene en la Casa Azul un museo que está antigüedades sobre su infancia.
Excelente, chicos. Muy bien. Teacher, you can continue.
Okay. Let me move and do something here. Just let me try to have a better position in my house. Okay, it is really good when I hear people and you guys saying and giving information about Piracalo because I understand that you know really more than me about this important person. Just let me a better place in my house. Okay. Okay, now it's much better to me. Now let me tell you that you have now on your screen you have a school. This is a school. Okay, seems like a church, but not. It's a school, and the name of this, and you can see it on the right. This is the Antiguo Colegio San Ildefonso. And this is important when we talk about Frida Kahlo, because Frida Kahlo studied here in this school, okay? And another characteristic about this school is that was one of the first places where some famous painters created murals. And do you know what is a mural, guys? A mural is when you paint something on a wall. Okay, when you paint something on a wall. Look at this example here. Okay, you have this example. This is a painting, guys. Just a second. Let me go and show you that. This is a painting. Okay, it's a painting. And this and the characteristic of this painting is about the Day of the Dead in Mexico. It's a traditional festivity where people celebrate and yes, that's correct. The Day of the Dead. And it is when people celebrate and remember the members of their families or friends who died, and they celebrate it with music, with food, and also with some decorations. And well, this is incredible. But look, what you have here is a painting, una pintura on a wall, and this was painted on that school, on that place, on this place, the San Ildefonso School. Now, when she was really small, she started here, and it was here when she met the her husband, Diego Rivera. Now, Diego Rivera was a famous painter, and look at this. She met him here, and they were at the first time good friends. He was creating a beautiful painting, and they became to have a good relationship um, when they met here and at this school. Okay, now here we have some paintings. It's a little bit difficult to see it, and that's why I'm going to move and zoom up this, and you can see from the first floor of the building, look at this, there are some paintings. Look at this. Here it's very easy to see it. There is a painting of some men. It seems to be like a bottle or a bottle. And there are some men here, like with a kind of red carpet or something like that. And when we go to see to the second floor, there is another painting. Okay, you can see it there. There is another painting on a wall. And that is a mural. Look at this. And all of these paintings were about the Mexican culture and also the Mexican history. Okay, look at this. These are more paintings on walls. Okay, now let me tell you guys that when Frida met Diego Rivera, he was already a famous artist. Okay, Diego Rivera was already a famous artist. Now, I'm going to show you a little bit more about Frida Kahlo and other places around the world. Look at this. This is the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston. This is located in Boston. Do you know where is Boston? Well, there is a neighborhood in
Is in United States.
Yes, that's right. That's correct. It is in the United States. Now, here we have this museum. Remember, the Fine Art Museum in Boston. And there is an exposition of the art of Frida Kahlo in this museum. That means that Frida Kahlo is well known around the world. Okay, so many people know about Frida Kahlo. Now, she was born in 1907. 1907. It means it was like 100, more than 100 years ago. And people know about her. People who like art know about Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. Okay, so there is an important exposition of her art in this museum. Well, I want to show you a little bit of this because after this, we will visit her house, the Blue House, okay? Now here we have another museum, but this is located in another city of the United States. And you can read on the right, this is the Fine Art Museum in San Francisco, okay? The Fine Art Museum in San Francisco. And there is something that you can read on the right, which is really important. And it says that in 1927, Kahlo got married by the first time with the artist Diego Rivera. And 2 years later, she painted Frida and Diego Rivera. I'm going to show you who was Diego Rivera, okay? Don't worry about that. But the thing is that there are some paintings of these two people in this museum of the Fine Art Museum in San Francisco. Okay, so this is to understand that they are really important around the world, and they were really good painters. Now look at this. This is another museum, but this here in this beautiful place is in Mexico. Okay, so look at this museum surrounded by trees, by the nature, and this is there in Mexico. Let's have a look of the place of the museum. Let's go and see and have a look of this beautiful place. Look at this. Okay, look at the museum. It's really big, beautiful. The architecture of this building is a modern building, and there is a dome or a domo on the ceiling. Okay, in here we can discover more about Frida Kahlo and her art. Something that we discover when we visit this museum is that there is an important and probably the most important painting made by Frida Kahlo. And the name of this painting is Las Dos Fridas, or the Two Fridas. And it was this painting was painted in 1939. Okay, and why? Let me show you this. Look at this. Here we have the two Fridas. Wow, this is amazing. We have two Fridas. Okay, now, or no, we have not two Fridas here. We have three Fridas. Two Fridas is the name of the painting, okay? And we have the real Frida here, and she is next to her painting. And now we have to discover what is the meaning of this painting. We have two Fridas here. The dressing is different. The color of the dressing is different, and you can see the heart of the two Fridas here, and you can see also the blood
There,
on this. Yes, tell me.
porque hay dos Fridas.
Yes, that's a good question. Why do we have? And we are discovering that. We are discovering why it's here. Okay. Frida suffered a lot in her life. Okay. And she got married with, do you remember what was the name of her husband? What was the name of her husband?
Diego.
Diego Rivera. Okay. And Diego, and they got divorced. What is that in Spanish? They got
de Frida?
yes, and that was and that happens because Diego Rivera had another woman. What do you think about that? Is that good or not?
No.
No, that's not good. Yes. Okay. So when Frida discovered that Diego had another woman, her heart was broken. What does it mean in Spanish? What is that in Spanish?
Que cuando Frida Kahlo se enteró de que Diego Rivera tenía otra mujer, se le rompió el corazón.
Yes, that's right. So here we have, that's why you have the heart on the screen, okay? Now, I want you to see the screen and this, and you mention a little bit about what is your opinion of the two Fridas? I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. I'm gonna be in silent, and please think about this. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes, just 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. Now, could you give me your opinion about this, about the heart, about the blood, about the color of the sky? Yes, tell me.
I think with the two Fridas, the first Frida, the black Frida, is her heart is está enlazado con con el corazón de la Frida de blanco, pero cuando llega el hilo al corazón de la Frida de blanco, pues se rompe el hilo con unas tijeras, sale la sangre. Supongo que es como ese dolor que tuvo Frida, pues gracias a lo que le pasó en su experiencia con su esposo.
Yes, that's correct. That's completely the truth. Yes. Thank you for your opinion. And now here we have also Ana Prieto. Ana Prieto wants to say something. Come on, Ana, and let us know what you think about this painting.
I'm sorry, I'm Anna.
Ah, you're Anna. Okay, thank you, Anna. Thank you. Okay, let me give you some information about this painting. Well, this painting was completed shortly after her divorce with Diego Rivera, and you already know that. Now, when people asked to Frida about this painting, let me tell you that the first version given by Frida was not exactly the truth. Frida said that it was a friend of her. It was a memory of an imaginary childhood friend. But with the pass of the time, she admitted that this was an expression of her desperation after the separation from Diego Rivera. Okay, so now in this painting, the two Fridas are holding their hands. You see, they are holding hands. Okay, they are like friends. They are close to each other. Okay, because they are the same woman, but both have visible hearts, and the heart of the traditional Frida is good and torn open. Okay, here we have one Frida. Probably this is like a white color. Okay, and this is open, and they are connected with a vein. You see, there is a vein, como una vena. They are connected with a vein. Please close the microphones, close the mix, because there are some sounds there, or sounds. They are not good. If you can close the mix, that's really good. That's gonna be good if you close the mix. I'm gonna close or put in mute some of you, okay, to have a better sound. Okay, here, look at this. They are connected with a vein, conectadas con una vena, okay? They also are holding hands. And there is also something on this part. One Frida is holding something in her left hand. Could you see that she is holding something here? Ella está sosteniendo algo aquí. Could you see that there? Could you see
Yes.
that? Okay, that it's a little bit difficult for you to see it, and I cannot zoom up these for you to have a better view of this. But this is like a picture of Diego Rivera. Okay, so this Frida here is suffering a lot, but the other Frida is coming to be like a very strong woman. Even she suffered a lot because of her divorce. Now she is going to be stronger than in the past. Okay, that is the idea. That is the idea, to be stronger, to be better than in the past. Than in the past. Okay. Now this is probably most famous painting. Now let me show you more. Okay. Now, but let me ask you, did you like that painting?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Yes.
Um, Te puedo decir para mí como que yo que entendí de la pintura de Frida.
Yes, go ahead. Good.
English. I think that the third Frida is the Frida is happy. We was happy with Diego Rivera, with a personality happy. And the second Frida is disillusioned with another personality.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. That's really good. And let me tell you guys, when you express your opinions, the virtual tour it come to be much better, not just having Richard speaking English all the time. Okay, thank you. Now here we have another place for visiting. You know that Diego Rivera was an important Mexican artist, okay? And he had a place. He had a workshop, and he worked here in this beautiful house. We have like a picture of the house. Look at this, like a photo of the house. Okay, look at this. And this was designed by one of his friends, and he worked here creating different pieces of art. Most of them were about the Mexican culture. Okay, look at this, for example, on the wall. That is a representation of the Mexican culture. Again, we have the idea of the Day of the Dead. You know that they celebrate this in Mexico every year. So all of these were used during the festivities, during the festivals. Okay, they also like it to paint different things, different ideas of the Mexican Revolution. Like for example, this painting here. This is a man that represents the revolution in Mexico, and also we have some other elements of the ancient Mexican cultures, or las antiguas culturas mexicanas. And this is the pottery. This is original pottery because he liked to have these elements. He lived here while Frida lived in the blue house. Okay, so they lived in two separated houses. We know and we understand that most of the people, when they are married, they live in the same house. But in the case of Diego and Frida, they used to live in different houses. Okay, in different places. Here is the house of the artist Diego Rivera. Also, let me tell you that um, as Frida was sick, and he was sick almost the all of her life was sick, and suffered a lot of different illness or diseases. Diego Rivera had to work hard in order to pay the medicine and the doctors for her wife. Okay, for his wife. I'm sorry, guys. Now, let me show you another place in Mexico. Here we have another museum, and this is the Dolores Olmedo Museum. Probably is the museum with most of the collection of the artists. And here we have paintings of the artist Frida Kahlo, and we are going to discover some of them. Okay, we're going to discover some of them. All of the paintings are representing the pain. Remember the pain of the artist, and she tried to represent her pain with these kind of paintings. Now, probably this is really abstract art. Abstract art is something that we don't understand easily. Look at this. I'm sorry, she is lying on her bed, but from her mouth is coming something that is in her stomach, and all of these elements, like for example these elements like animals, like the bones of a human, are a representation of the pain in her body. Okay, this is a representation of the pain in her body. Now, why do we have Frida on her bed? Many of the paintings uh, are representations of Frida on her bed. Just a second, let me show you. Let me locate, or let me move this here. When she was like 6 years old, she got sick, and she got poliomyelitis. Okay, poliomyelitis. This is a disease that affects especially the bones of the body. So Frida had a leg shorter than the other one because the poliomyelitis affected her leg. Okay, but unfortunately, when she was studying medicine, because she studied medicine, or she started to study medicine, she had an accident, a car accident. And in that car accident, her back was broken in different parts. And that's why she has this dressing, like this dress, or this element here, that is trying to support her body and her column. Okay, so here we have two things, guys. We have Frida with this element here, that support her body. Okay, and we have like her body open, and you can see this the column, her column. Okay, or columna, that supports the body. You know that the column is something important in our body because that supports our body. Yes, tell me.
El accidente de Frida Kahlo fue en 1925.
Yes, that's correct. It was a terrible accident. She almost died. And that's why, because of that accident, she had to spend uh, most of her life lying on bed. Okay, lying on her bed, because she had to well, there were some days where it was impossible to her to walk or to move. Okay, now here, this is the way she represents or represented the pain in her body. Okay, so we can see how she painted herself with the body like in this part opened, and with the possibility for the viewers to see the hair column. Okay, and now, but look at this. What is behind her? What is behind? What is the rest of the painting? Not Frida, but what is the rest of the painting?
A blue and red sky
Yes.
and rocks
And what?
and stones.
And stones, like stones. Yes, that is like a landscape. So one thing represented the suffering of the artist Frida, but the landscape represented a dream. It was that there was in the mind of Frida the idea of a better place than the place where she was all the time, her bedroom. Okay, so she imagined her body in a different place than the bedroom. Okay, let me show
También,
you.
teacher,
Yeah.
también podría significar que ella, como tuvo tantos accidentes, quería ser libre y estar en un lugar distinto.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, Isabella. She wanted to be in a different place. Okay, look at this. Again, we have the bed. Again, we have the bed. And here, and if you can take your computer and go to these three dots, and you can click on there and try to zoom up. When you zoom up, you will have a better view of this. Okay. When I try to do it, it's not the same. But let me do something. Maybe this is gonna be better. Okay, good.
Teacher, esa
Yes.
pintura significa cuando ella perdió varios bebés y ella estaba muy triste porque nunca había podido cumplir su sueño de tener un hijo.
Wonderful. That's correct, because she wanted to have a baby. She was a liberal woman. She was an open mind, and she always thought different to the rest of the woman. But let me tell you that she wanted to have a baby, and this is the painting. This represents the suffering of her body, but when she tried to have babies, you see, after trying to have babies. So the first big problem she had when she was a girl, when she was a child, was when she got poliomyelitis. Okay. The second problem she suffered when she was a teenager, probably 19 years old, and she suffered that accident. But the third terrible moment of her life was when she had different abortions, and it is not intentionally. She wanted to have babies. She loved her babies, but because of the accidents, and especially because the because of the accident and the problem on her column, it was impossible to maintain the baby in the womb. Okay, so the babies were not enough, well, with enough strong of the body of her mama there, and the muscles of her body were not strong, and that's why she lost her babies. So this is a representation of that too. And thank you, Isabella, because what you said is exactly the truth. Okay, and then you can notice, guys, how practically all of the paintings are about the suffering. But in this case, let me show you this painting here. In this case, this is about the suffering of the dead. In some traditions around the world, people used to, in the past, people used to take pictures of the babies or children when they died, okay? When they passed away or died, people used to make a painting of that child in that position of in that position and with a special dress and flowers. And this boy here was the child of one of her friends who died when the boy was like 5 years old. So Frida, as a way to help her friend, decided to make a painting of the baby. Okay, so you can notice some strange expression of his face, and it is because the boy, or yes, the boy is dead. Okay, or was dead. Okay, this is difficult sometimes to see, but it's interesting how an artist expresses his feeling or her feeling about the different things that he or she suffer in life, and also he expresses it with paintings. Sometimes there are people that creates or create songs. Some people decide to write poems. Some people decide to I don't know, to create something like a performance. But in the case of Frida Kahlo, she decided to paint. Okay, she decided to paint, and with these paintings, look at this, with these paintings, she represented the suffering of her life. In this case, look at this. Here we have a man. Here, we have a woman lying on the bed, and we have a bird, two birds, like a black bird and a white bird. Who do you think is this person thing? Is this person here, guys?
Médico.
A doctor, maybe? And
Diego
this,
Rivera.
yes, Maximiliano. This is Diego Rivera. And the name of the painting is Pequeños Piquetitos. This represents how Diego Rivera did some wrong things, unos cuantos piquetitos, you see. This represents the suffering of Frida Kahlo because of Diego Rivera.
Teacher, a
Okay.
question.
Yes.
Si Frida Kahlo sufrió el accidente cuando tenía 18 o 19 años, ¿cómo era que pintaba si tenía que estar en cama porque su columna estaba mal?
Wow.
Teacher,
Yes.
yo vi una película de ella.
Okay.
En la película mostraban cuando la mamá le regalaba a ella como un caballete que era para la cama. Y como ella sabía que a ella le gustaba tanto pintar, se lo regaló para que aunque estaba en la cama, siguiera pintando.
Yes, that's correct. Easel. Caballete in English is easel. And to answer the question, the question about why she painted this and she was lying on the bed, is exactly because she was lying on her bed that she decided to paint. Okay, remember this painting. Look at this. Let's go back a little bit because that was a good question. And thank you, Isabella, again. Let me go back. So there is a painting here, and we can see Frida painting on her bed. Yes, let me go here. Look at this. Here we have Frida. Okay, Frida is on her bed, and this is the easel, el caballete. So she needed to do something during the time she had to be on her bed. She had to stay there for a long time, for long days. So the only thing that she imagined that could do during this time in this position was painting. So her mother, as that's correct, Isabella, give her an easel, and this was put it in this way. You can see that how it was put in this way, and she could move her arms and her hands and paint in this place. I'm gonna show you more paintings and more pictures, but it was the way she painted. This was the way she painted, and actually she painted because of the accident and because of the position of her body on the bed. Okay, that was another good question about Frida and how she started to paint. Okay, she started to paint exactly because she was after the accident. Okay, it was after the accident. Now let me show you a little bit more here. Just a second. Okay, look at these Frida here. Okay, but let's go and let me show you more because we will visit the blue house. Okay, just a second, and let me go outside here. Let me go outside. Just a second, guys. Now I want to do something here. Okay. Just give me a second because I don't find how to leave this place. Okay. I'm gonna stop sharing in order to start with another a page. Okay, just a second. Now I'm gonna start again. Here we go. Now I'm so sorry, guys. Just a second. I need to go outside here. Here we are. Now I share these. I go here. Thank you guys for your patience. And it is here. I hope this is here. Just a second, guys. Okay. Now look at this. Look, this is the blue house. So she was born here, guys. Most of the children in the past, born in their own houses. Okay, they were born in their own houses. So Frida Kahlo was born in their own house, and this is the house. Look at this. This is the beautiful house. Okay, now the color of the house is
La casa azul.
azul. Yes, blue. This is the color of the house. That's why the name La Casa Azul de Frida Kahlo, because it's blue. Now, originally, blue, yes. The original color of the house was white, okay? It was white. But Diego and Frida considered that there was a better color for the house, and it was the blue color because this represents the Mexican culture. Mexican culture is very interesting, and there are different aspects about this culture. Not only the objects, but the colors. They are very, very colorful, okay? Now, this is not a small house. Is your house like this house, guys? Big?
Teacher,
Big?
I can?
Yes, tell me.
No, but there is a red pyramid.
Could you repeat that, please?
Ya hay una pirámide
Oh,
roja.
yeah. Yes, there is a pyramid here. Okay, why do you think there is a pyramid in the patio or in the backyard? What is it? Why do they have a pyramid here? Hmm?
The pyramid for Mexico.
Yes, it's a Mexican pyramid. And it is because the Aztecs or the Mayans were builders of pyramids in Mexico. So this represents the ancient cultures of Mexico. well, if we want to know about pyramids, and if we want to, yes, if we want to know them, we can travel to Egypt or we can travel to Mexico. Okay, so this is important in Mexico. And now, the question is the house big or small? Do you have a smaller house or a bigger house than this? Tell me.
Teacher, I have a bigger house.
Big.
Do you have a bigger house than this? Or smaller?
My house have a backyard.
Wow, your house is really big. Okay, good. Now, in the past, in Mexico, like in the different cities in Latin America, people used to have big houses, really big houses. Today, our houses are small, very small. And if you live in an apartment, I imagine that you have a small place to live, but in the past was different. This house was bought by Frida's father. Okay, Frida's father came from Germany to live in Mexico, and he got married with a Mexican woman, and they start their life as a marriage in this house. They had different babies, and one of the babies was Frida Kahlo. So Frida was born in this house, and with the pass of the years, when she got married with Diego Rivera, they decided to buy the house to the family and continue living in the same place. So for almost 25 years, this was the house of the two artists, Diego Rivera and Frida Kahlo. Okay, Daniela, do you have a question? Because you raised your hand.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
Frida Kahlo live in the blue house?
Could you repeat that question, but a little bit slowly because I can't understand what you said?
Frida Kahlo live in the blue house?
Yes. She lived in this house, in this blue house, okay? She was born here, she lived here, and also she died here. Okay? That's why, and thank you for your question. That's a really good question. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, so La Casa Azul is the intimate universe of Frida Kahlo. It was the universe of Frida Kahlo. Of course, she traveled and visited different places in Mexico, okay? And also she lived in the United States, and it was there when she tried to have some babies because the medicine and the technology in the hospital was better than in Mexico. But well, it was just short times because the rest of the life of Frida Kahlo was here in this house. Okay, now the house is divided into five main rooms. Okay, into five main rooms. And in the different rooms, we have expositions of different artists, not only Frida Kahlo, there are expositions of other Mexican artists, but of course, and Diego Rivera is probably the most important artist when you visit the Blue House, and well, Frida Kahlo. Okay, so this was the residence of the artist. She lived here for the whole life, initially with her family and years later with Diego Rivera. Okay, so Frida wanted to leave her home as a museum. So today we have this house as a museum because Frida had the idea. She understood the importance of her art, the art of her husband, Diego Rivera, and that's why she considered that the best option for her house was not to give the house to one member of her family or the family of her husband Diego Rivera, but the best was to give this as for all the Mexicans, and today is a place for all the people around the world. Now, some of the places that I like the most when I visit this house, at least as a virtual tour, is when we visit the kitchen. Look at the kitchen. This is like, yes, this is the kitchen. This is beautiful, guys, because all of these elements here were used by the artist, by Diego and Frida. Okay, so these are not just elements to decorate the house. These are elements that were used by this couple, by these people. Okay, now here, if we move a little bit, we will find a room. Just let me show you this. This room belongs to Diego Rivera. This was Diego Rivera's bedroom. Remember that he lived in a different house. He had his own house, but also he had a bedroom in the same house. They didn't sleep together. It was impossible for them to sleep together because of the problem with the health of Frida. Okay, now look at the beautiful bedroom, because this is decorated with ancient elements of different indigenous groups. There are paintings everywhere in other elements. So this is beautiful. This is the bedroom of an artist. Okay, now let me show you more, guys. Let me show you more. This here, for example, this is the kitchen. This is where they prepare the food. And this decoration of the walls, you see, the elements to prepare the food, all of this is original. Okay, so what the administration of the museum does is to try to maintain in good conditions of all of these elements, but everything is original. It means that they used they use all of these elements. Okay, now look at the colors of the floor and the colors of the chairs, the table. Okay, these colors are original colors too, because they like it to have a house with full of colors, especially the yellow and blue. And this is the Congo, the yellow, yellow Congo, como amarillo Congo. That's the name of the yellow, of this color, Congo. Okay, when they had this kitchen, there were modern or better kitchens in Mexico, but they prefer to maintain the kitchen in this way. Okay, because they like it very much to maintain the traditions, the Mexican traditions. Okay, now let me tell you guys that Frida liked it to cook. She was a good cooker, and she prepared delicious dishes. And there are some recipes. If you want, you can try to check on Google, and you will find some recipes made by Frida Kahlo, because she liked it to prepare food, and she tried to create new plates, and that was good. So she was really active, guys. Remember, she was sick. She suffered a lot because remember, she had a leg longer than the other leg. So she had a problem in one of her legs, but also the problem on her back. Okay, even though all of those problems, she was active because she liked to plant plants in the garden. All of the plants, all of the trees here are there because she put them on the garden. Okay, she liked to be a good cooker. Yes, tell me.
Teacher, me tengo que desconectar porque yo tengo un entreno, entonces no alcanzo a estar más en la clase.
Ok, Miguel, está bien, súper, muy chévere tu atención y muy puntual. Miguel, thank you. Thank you for coming.
Bye, teacher.
To attend the class. Goodbye. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Okay, guys. let me ask to, just let me check something on, okay. Let me ask to teacher Anna. Teacher Anna, how much time do we have before finishing?
Well, it's up to you. I guess that 15 minutes, that would be enough.
Okay, that's enough to show you these interesting areas of the house. Look at this, guys. I like this because this is the workshop. This is Frida's workshop. Here we have a good library. She spent time reading books about philosophy, about economy, about art. Look at this. This is beautiful. So she was like an intellectual woman. She was an intellectual woman, and we continue. Uh, we find more elements of the ancient cultures or Mexican culture. This is the place she worked painting. She loved a lot. Diego Rivera was the love of her life. And here we have some elements he used. She used to create their her beautiful paintings. Here also, look at this. Look at this chair. This is a special chair to move from one place to another. Remember that she had a problem in her body, and that's why she needed to move with this chair around the house. Now look at this. This part, this area of the house was designed by one of her friends. I'm sorry, and it was designed in order to give her a place for, well, to move in easier. Okay, so look at how the workshop is connected with the main room. Okay, look at the main room. This is the main room. You see? And look at this. This is for you to have a better view. And look, and for the student who made the question about why she painted, because after the accident, this is the answer too. Okay, let me move there. Okay, just let me move here. Look at her bedroom. Look, this was her bedroom, and this was the bedroom for the day. This was the day's bedroom. Okay, she had two bedrooms. One for the day. This was the bedroom where she painted. Look at that. There is a mirror. Could you see the mirror, guys? There is a mirror here.
Yes.
Okay. And she put and her mother and some members of her family or friends help her to put the easel in order to paint herself. The mirror was a help to see herself there and create the self-portrait. Self-portrait is autorretrato. Okay, so she was here painting and painting all the time. There are some books here. She liked it to continue reading, and some other paintings in this place. And look at this. Let me show you something. Look at this. She had to lose her leg. Remember that she had a problem in one of her legs, okay? And she got sick, and there was like a problem in that leg, and was necessary to cut her leg. And that's why you find these guys, because she lost that leg, okay? And needed these in order to walk, okay? And let me show you the room. The sleeping room was this. So this was the place to sleep, okay? Was a little bit different. It was both rooms were there together, but here, this is the room to sleep, okay? Here we have more decoration, more elements, like for example, a painting of herself here. Look at this, of Frida. Also, this is a representation of Frida, this doll. Look at this doll, okay? This doll is a representation of herself. Look at this. This is Frida. And she made something really similar to herself, okay? Look at this. This is the element that supported the column, her column, okay? Here we have the blood, because the blood always is representing the suffering of her body. But also, if you see the legs, here, you can see that one leg, the right leg is shorter than the left leg, okay? So this is a representation of her in the room. Also, there is something that I like really much. I like the much, the most, I'm sorry. And is this. Look at this. Here we have a collection of miniatures. Look at this. He liked it very much, the collection of miniatures. During the 19th century, from Europe and in different parts, people liked to have representations of their lives in miniatures. Look at this. This is a representation of different cultures or different people and situations, and all of these are miniatures, okay? And this is really beautiful. Now, let me show you the patio. These two rooms were connected with the patio, okay? The patio was very important in the life of the artist because the patio or the backyard was that place where she celebrated different parties. She liked it very much to have parties in her house. And look at this, from here, from the patio, we can see her bedroom. Do you see? This is her bedroom. Here we have the bedroom. From here we have the patio. And from the patio, we have an excellent view of the bedroom. And here, there are some books where you can read about the new friends she met, the different parties she had here. Even she was sick. She was really strong to support the pain. And her friends moved Frida to the patio in order to celebrate and had a good time in this place. And there are many people that met Frida Kahlo in this place, especially in parties, drinking tequila and etc. Okay, guys, do you have questions?
No,
No, teacher.
Sure.
Yes, tell me.
No, teacher, no.
No questions? Okay. Okay, well, we're gonna finish this virtual tour. And I think this is really beautiful because in my opinion, Frida Kahlo was an amazing woman. Remember, she suffered a lot. She had different problems in her body, but even those problems, she continued living and trying to do the best for her life. And she painted, she traveled around the world. She was a good friend, a good woman, a good person, a good wife. And well, she loved very much Diego, and she wrote recipes or recetas. And well, she was interesting, and she was so important and continues being so important, guys, that today, even she died like 70 years ago. Today, we want to know more about Frida Kahlo. We want to have T-shirts with her face. There are people that like very much Frida Kahlo, and sometimes there are some customs or people that use customs, Frida Kahlo's customs. And well, guys, she was an amazing woman, and I think that, well, I want to be like Frida Kahlo in some aspects. I wanted to be as strong as her, guys, because she was really strong. Even all of these problems, diseases, this pain in her body, but she was really, really strong. And let me tell you, do you want to know before finishing how she died? Okay. You want to know that? How
Yes.
she
Yes,
died?
teacher.
Okay. Okay, yes. Let me tell you, she was sick. She was like flu, something like flu. And she was sick and was recovering, but there was a protest in Mexico. There was a protest against the government, and in favor of the poorest, and some societies, and the Mexican society. And one night there were people who leave their houses in order to protest, but not during the day, but during the night. And she left her house that night, um, and it was really cold that night. She got sick, she got worse, and even when Diego tried to help her with doctors, uh, her body was getting worse and died. But she preferred to go to protest than staying at the house, just trying to, or waiting that everything was better. She decided to leave her house, and that's why sadly um, she died. Her body didn't resist the flu and died. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for your time.
Teacher, I have a question.
Okay, tell me.
What is Diego Rivera profession?
He was an artist, a plastic artist, okay? And he was specialized on painting murals. Murals, so painting on walls, but he painted on different materials. Like
Teacher, my mother is an artist, an plastic artist.
wow, congratulations, because plastic artists are really, really interesting people. They are really, really nice and beautiful people, very interesting people. Yes. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, hope you like this tour. Hope you like visiting the Blue House, the Frida Kahlo's Brew House with me, with Richard Aguilera. Okay, guys. Another question? Maybe Sebastian, do you have another question? No?
Okay, my dear Richard, I guess that they don't have any other questions. Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you, Richard, for all your knowledge and sharing with us everything about Frida. It was very good. I don't know, guys, if you like it. I really enjoyed. What about you?
I like it a lot of the class.
Very nice. Thank you, guys. We wait for you next Tuesday at
Like
4.
the class, thank you.
Ok, bye bye. Nos vemos el próximo martes a las 5, chicos. No se olviden de esta cita, siempre con el mismo link, el martes a las 4. Les mandamos un saludo muy especial desde UNAT Kids y les recordamos para las personas que nos acompañan por primera vez que nuestras matrículas aún hoy están abiertas. Les mandamos un fuerte abrazo a todos, que estén muy bien. Hasta luego.
Bye.
Teacher,
Bye,
teacher.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for the class.
Bye.
You're more than welcome. Bye-bye.